Hello once again. It is the weekend, and that only means one thing. It is time for another episode of Torchlight. And last time, my character wasn't as badass as you're looking at him now. But that's still a good thing. Because now, I dealt with a few missions off camera. Bought some items and whatnot. I upgraded my armor. So let's go back to the Lost Fortress so we can actually make some progress.
In the ember is only a shadow of Ordrak's true glory. I find now that I have no desire other than to serve him and to show his glory to the world. My years of study are nothing to Ordrak's vast centuries dwelling in ember, but still, my knowledge sometimes surpasses his. His spirit infuses the ember. It could be concentrated further, bringing his voice to the world. Snow will see the potential. Together, we will free Ordrak from this mountain. Kingdoms will kneel before us, blinded by the radiance of our ascendancy. None will dare question the virtue of our art or the power of Ordrak.
Oh yeah, Aldrich is really losing himself, and he is pretty much crapping himself a rainbow. And the colors are just not coming out right. Moving on. I do believe this is the last area of the game. But, yeah, this week, this week was interesting to say the least. Because of what happened, I am technically back in action as, once again, Mr. Izzy. Of course, the thing is, I'm not going to be doing it like I did years ago. I'm just going to be doing it weekly. One day, which is fine, because I don't want to be doing so much. Excuse me if I've been yawning. I have to say, it's been one of those weeks. And let me tell you, man, it feels pretty good being, a teacher yet again. I don't often say it, but it does feel good being a teacher. Even though I'm teaching even though I am teaching a new class, eh, everything stays the same, you know. And I mean, you know, it's a wonderful thing. I mean, it really is. It is a wonderful thing. Being back to the profession that made me who I am. So, you know, that in itself is just great, you know. The prestigious. Plus, well, on top of that, I'm powerful as all hell. But yeah, it's been one of those weeks that I didn't mind dealing with, because you know, I get to be out for a few hours, and after that, you know, I get to be out for a couple hours. I get to teach in the mornings, and I get to come back home in the afternoon. Now I'll be honest, my first week it was kind of rough because a whole lot was happening. When I do mean a lot was happening, I do mean a lot was really happening. Couldn't even get a word in edgewise about who I am and everything else. But needless to say, I did change up on a few things. Like normally I would say, oh yes, I'm Mr. Izzy, how you doing? Blah, 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 you know, such and such. But I figure, you know, kids change, but the teaching doesn't. Just, I get to learn how to, you know, I get to learn how to do things much differently. So because of everything that happened last week, I'm pretty sure next week won't be as crazy as it was last week.
Fortune pack is full.
Let me just tell you, I've never met a class much more hyped up about seeing me. I'm not lying. I've never seen a class so hyped up about seeing me because I must be like a legend there. Because oh, I'm Mr. Izzy. Oh, you get to be taught by a living legend.
My pack is full.
I've learned a lot from actually, not doing so much. Like, for one, I've learned not to do so much. See, I figured out what the problem was when I first tried it. See, my problem was when I was doing a lot of back in the day when I really used to work my ass off. I think that's what did it for me. Because it wasn't the fact that I wasn't appreciated. I was appreciated, but things had gotten so ugly and it was crazy and everything else. That technically, things were just crazy. And with things as they are, I was pretty much the legs as well as the I was technically the legs of the first time I actually started teaching. Like I said, I was helping out my boss, who was still undergoing leg surgery. I figured, I helped her out just until she got better. After a couple of years later, she apparently did get better. The thing was, I enjoyed what I did. I did it on a daily basis. I came in, at a decent hour. Of course, I was also working on my book at the time, my first book. So, therefore, in a way, I was working two jobs. Face Mangler the Vile. Izukan? Did the spoiler? Really? Let me put your ass down real quick. But you know how it is. When you work, you're bound to get injuries on the job. And when things happen, the wrong things are said, and, you regret the fact that what you said might have put a damper on the relationship. And let me just say that considering all the shit that we went through, yeah, I'm actually glad that I was told the truth, that I was actually needed. Because I'd rather be told, hey, you're needed, and all that was said and everything. Plus, I've been doing a lot of work. It's been a real dry season with my books. Nothing is coming in as far as money coming in. But it's bound to happen. You have one slow season, and then things slowly pick up. But as I said before, these books don't write themselves, so I have to write them. I'm an author after all. Also, I said this in a video in which you will more than likely get to see after this one. But it is concerning, what am I going to do next week? I'll go into full detail with this one, in this video. Well, next week, of course, is June. And being that it's June, Kamikami is going to continue. But, like I said, I'm going to break away from my normal scheduling of LPs just to show something entirely different. Just some things I've been working on for quite some time. And like I said, you do something different, it's like you wouldn't expect that to happen, but yet you're doing it because you want to do something different. You want to bring something different to the table. Namely, I've given it a lot of thought on what to do in July. July, of course, is the annual Anime Expo in Los Angeles, California, at the convention center. as always. And from what I read, there's a lot of movers and shakers that are going to show up there. And I, of course, want to be there when it happens. Then, of course, it's vacation, so therefore, vacation is coming up. I need a break from my family. It's not bad. It's just I really do need the break from my family. Even if it's just, 2 weeks. I need some peace and quiet and some downtime. All the while, things considering that, that as far as my sanity goes, yeah, I do need the break. The funny thing is, every time someone comes around, it always happens. I want to just have a summer vacation. I want to do something different. I mean, it's not terrible because, I've been wanting to do it for some time. And most of you can understand why I need a break from my family. Family does take a lot of patience and lots of energy to take care of. Besides, I feel we all need the break. It's like, for everything that has been going on, yeah. A break is definitely something we all need in some fashion or form. And I'm not kidding. I could definitely use a break in between all the stuff I've been doing. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but it'll drive you crazy though. If you don't take a break every so often, it will drive you crazy, especially in this day and age, in which stress kills. See, that's the one thing people just don't know. Stress kills. And when it kills, oh man. It'll take you out sooner. It'll take you out much faster than, than anything else you can think of. So I'm trying to take things very much easy. I'm trying to take things very easy because I don't want to do like I did last time. I can afford the gold to res. But like I said, I don't want to be overdoing like I did years back. Goblin crawler. Oh, that was harsh. So, pretty much my whole first week back at teaching at my old job, somewhat been fulfilling. Because the only thing I've ever wanted in my life is to feel, appreciated for what I'm doing. Even in the smallest of what even the smallest things, like these videos here. I like what I'm doing. I like to feel that what I'm doing especially here, is worth something. The videos I do or what I'm teaching at my old job. That's certain, any little thing that I'm doing, I feel it's going toward a greater good. So there's that. So I have to just continue to believe what I'm doing is for a greater good. But, you know, I like what I'm doing. Even if it's for a time, you know, I like to believe what I'm doing is for a greater good. You can damn well try, sir. Sir, you can sit your ass down. Thank you. So, you okay?
I can't believe Master Ulrich has been consumed so completely. Ordrock is the cause. He has nested in the ember for time beyond telling. The twisted creatures in this mountain are a reflection of his heart. His dark spirit runs through their veins. Master Ulrich is portling dark anger. He brought me here to assist him. He would have done so eventually. I can already hear Ordrock's voice calling to me. You must destroy them, Ulrich and Ordrock both. The dark ember is an abomination we cannot allow.
I agree. And no sooner are we just running off to slay the final boss, to put an end to his double dealings and everything. But if I do sound tired, it is because it has been a very long and very rough week. I'm not certain if I'll be doing more Marvel superheroes this weekend. I might do something entirely different. That doesn't mean I'm just going to give up on it. It just simply means that I am definitely, and I do mean definitely, do something else. I already got a few videos planned. So, like I said, you know, I'm doing things differently, you know. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop doing what I've been doing. They're going to keep going. I just haven't had time to put parts together. That's pretty much it. Otherwise, you know, the videos I've been showing this week, I hope most of you have enjoyed the wackiness that is 100% orange juice. As much as we have been playing it, it's not about the winning. It's not even about the losing. It's about having fun. That's what it's really about. Painbreaker to Barbara's, huh? Sir, I will give you pain and fear. It's just been one of those weeks that, you know, as much as I am trying, it does take a lot out of you. There, I thought I killed you. Now I'm sure I killed you. But yes, things are happening. Belladum the Bloodthirsty. Uh-huh. I can only say that after all this, hopefully things will get much, much easier to deal with. I mean, I already got my lesson plan already printed out for next week. It's pretty much a good thing because head drinker the accursed, right? Rank of the famous. I am Izzimus the famous. That's what it feels like. It's like, oh, I go back to that place, I'm famous all of a sudden. But I won't lie. Oath grinder, really. Oh, let me tell you. Whew. I'm just glad that, you know, throughout everything that has been going on, it was worth it. It's worth being told, hey, we miss you around here. I mean, you know, it's the little things that mean a lot, you know. It's like, yeah, you can do all these wonderful, beautiful things, but it's like when you come back to a place in which you have basically changed lives, that is definitely saying a lot. It's like it shows. How many people you've touched, and that says a lot. I'm well aware that I am running out of potions. But you know, it's like this. How many people do you know that does teach for a living, you know, enriching the minds of others? And I just happen to be one of those people that just do it because I don't mind sharing my experiences. that's the thing with me. I don't mind doing it, you know, sharing it as long as you do let me share it, you know. But like I said, I think what I believe the first time was things are getting so hectic. Things were getting so hectic that, you know, that in a word, you know, words that we shouldn't say. I'll leave it at that, you know. I will just say it like that. Words that we couldn't say, words that we didn't say. It was all a big case of miscommunication. That's all it was. So, like I said, you know, it's a wonderful thing. And like I said, when I was doing it for like a day-to-day basis, I've done one too many things. And I realized that. All because I was doing it for some type of appreciation. Like there was something in it for me. There was some big reward. And then we have school politics in the mix. Well, then it doesn't help for a Mr. Izzy to be part of it. Uznar the Slayer, huh? Yeah, I know I need to really buy up some more potions. Beautiful thing is, my character knows how to tank hard. Grave Eater to finish, huh? Let me tell you, the last area of the game is pretty freaking crazy. Well, actually, I don't need to do that.
My tank is full.
I mean, this place is crazy. But as I also said, you know, it's good to be back doing what I enjoy doing for at least a week. You know, just 1 week, because it's like you're sharing a bit of information, and that information gets shared even more just because they want to know more. Like my first week back as a Japanese teacher, I taught the children, you know, mannerisms and how to greet somebody. And despite the craziness that actually happened, I just said, you know what, I'll just go with it. First day is going to be long and stupid anyway. So I mean, I went back to my job. And mind you, I'm doing this for absolutely nothing. Kifakdalosum. So, we worked out a deal. The fact is, I work. Just keep fighting, dude. I mean, I like it, you know. I'm going back to what I like doing. And it is for a new generation because they need to know. They're willing to be taught. That's the wonderful thing. And what's cool is that I see some of my old students, and I'm very likable because, you know, I think just like them. Sort of. You know, you can never be too old to you can never be too old to teach and too young to learn something. I mean, it's like what I've been doing lately. And I mentioned this in another video.
My inventory is full.
And you'll hear it next week. But what I've been doing lately is I've been watching some tokusatsu. And honestly, I'm enjoying it because it's different. I mean, I've been watching Kamen Rider Black RX. Starting to get back into watching Chojin Sentai Jetman. Himitsu Sentai Go Ranger, which is the first Sentai. I mean, I have been really enjoying watching some Sentai. Only because, you know, compared to what I've seen, and I do mean compared to what I've seen, over here on American shores, it's kind of like this. You look at something like, say, The Masked Rider. Saban's The Masked Rider. And then you actually look at the source material, and then you find out the source material is even better than what came out over here. Now, I'm not saying that all not all TV shows made by the U.S. are bad, or they're adapted from their Japanese counterparts. It's just you look at a good TV show, you're gonna be hooked on it. I mean, aside from people watching The Walking Dead, My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, to each their own. It's respectable. You like the show, you want to watch it, you want to see more of it. Well, I healed in time. Shit. But no, it has been. I mean, the series I've been watching it, you know, it's been really good. I've been watching at least 2, maybe 3 episodes a night, depending on how, you know, depending on how things have been. I usually watch at the very least, 2 or 3 episodes of Kamen Rider Black RX. I watch 1 episode of Jetman, 1 episode of Go Ranger, or whatever else I feel like watching. Because, like I said, you know, I like variety. Variety is the spice of life. You gotta have a little bit of variety because you don't want anything, you know, pretty much stale.
My craft is full.
I mean, I do like watching Japanese dramas, and it's a superhero drama. But as I said in a previous, in a future video, you know, I don't see the point in doing this. You know, you change up the story or whatnot. It's like, for me, it's hard to follow something that just doesn't seem to fit. And I kid you not, it is very hard to try to follow something that doesn't make sense. And I can also say that, you know, I've been watching a few things. Like, Gosei Sentai Die Ranger. And I'm watching this in a stream, right? And then there's some guy asking why? You know, why this and why that? And I just see it as this. It's better if you don't think. It's like with game logic. You add something that doesn't requires that much thought, yet you want to put thought into it. It's better if you don't think. Because I feel, you know, the better you don't understand it, the better you will understand it. If you don't understand it, that's good. That means you can understand it better. Because the way it is that you ask too many questions. That's how it is. That's what the thing is. I mean, it's fine to be curious, but it's better just to understand for yourself. Okay, you don't have to ask that many questions. You only have to basically not ask so many questions.
My inventory is full.
Certain things just understand much better if you don't ask. And, you know, it's best to be enlightened, because, you know, it'd be silly if you're trying to explain something that just can't be normally explained in words. And from what I hear, it is morning.
My craft is full.
So it is only better just for the lesser known to be not explained. It's a lot like, say, doing poetry. You don't have to explain it because it doesn't need explaining. Playing a game, for example, doesn't require thinking. Doesn't require that much thought. Because it doesn't. It doesn't require that much thought. It's like most people see what I'm doing. I promote my work to people who, might be interested. So it's understandable why I'm doing this. It is a part of what I do on a daily basis. If not writing, I'm doing this. If I'm not doing this, I'm writing. If I'm not doing anything in between, I do one of three things. I am teaching, I'm writing, or I'm recording parts just to be playing, just to get through a game. Yeah, I'm going to have to do it like this because when you get killed and you're trying to basically find where you last had your last death at, that's kind of harsh. But I can tell you, it's fulfilling knowing that, I'm touching lives of various other lives. Just because I'm sharing something meaningful. And when you share something meaningful, that really goes a long way. It truly does. I mean, it's a wonderful feeling, That's all I do. I do whatever I do just to be appreciated, Because, the small thing requires some appreciation. As I'm trying to figure out where the hell am I actually going. All I need is an enemy, that's all I need. Makes sense with why I'm actually going through this. why I'm going through all this. And I don't mean this game. I'm talking about why I go through all this just to get a bit of things. It's not because of a job. It's just because I'm a nice person. That's the reason. Come on. Mind you, that's the only time I actually will do that. Ah, finally got somewhere. finally got somewhere. No, but that's the main reason. I just do it because I like doing it. Not because, you know. I mean, it was a promise that I did, really. Because everything I did at the place where I said I was doing it at, it was because of a promise. Hey, it was worth it, trust me. Bear in mind, oh, do you remember such and such? Oh, I ran across such and such. Who knows? One of these days, I might just want to give a speech and tell them. Tell them that I'm proud of them. Every one of those kids And, you know, that out of all I've experienced, you know, it was, you know, they are really it. They were my best class, you know. Like, if I had a favorite class, it's basically the last class I ever taught. And I'm not gonna make that up. They were pretty much my best class that I've ever taught. Because they were willing to learn. They didn't mind wanting to be part of something, you know, something that would enrich their minds. That to me, that says a lot. Plus, I mean, it was part of a program. But you know, just as things happen, they must also end sometime. It's a bit of sacrifice, but I will get it back. Plus, in this area, you know, I gain a lot of gold and experience back, so. Hey, it's worth it. I usually don't have anything that would more likely help me. Uh-huh. Now I got something better. Besides, I already know my pack is full. My pack will always be full. When they were wondering, when I came from work, my friends were wondering, like, work? They were surprised because, I said, oh, I just got in from work. I just got in from my job. Teaching is a job. It's not glamorous, but it's still a job. I mean, if I stay longer, that only means now I'm doing it on my own accord. I'm not doing it just because I want to stay. And it's only understandable why I want to leave early. It's because, I do have other things I want to do. And I don't want to stay in one place for so very long. Because, I don't want to be really staying that long. Plus, I'm walking to work. So I will have to walk back home. And the one thing I should be doing when I go back home is I should be taking a snooze, sleep off my exhaustion, and when I get up, who knows? I might go to the store, I might go out to lunch, you never know. Hell no, I'll just... Hell no, just, I just want to get through this. Crap. And there's a reason why I go downstairs. Well, I think it's time to finish this game, don't you? There's really not much left of this game left. Even when I do something like Torchlight, this is somewhat soothing because I can just talk. I don't see no change in what I'm doing. Shoot. At least I know I'm getting something out of it. Beast Ripper the Betrayer, really. Well, here we are.
You have slowed our plans, visitor, but Ordrak's time is endless. All we require now is a willing sacrifice. Once you are dealt with, I will retrieve Syl and complete the Dark Ember. Kneel or perish.
How about I stand? I'm gonna put you down, Ulrich.
No, I must not be defeated here.
That was easier than I thought it would be. Well, I think now's a good time to finish it. Only a master of evil.
Ordrak, receive my sacrifice.
And now we have the final battle. Hello, sir. I am Izzimus the Mighty. I will be your ass kicker for today. I'm just gonna stand right here and start smacking you like a bitch. Hope you don't mind, sir. While I keep pressing the 5 key over and over and over again. Oh. Ready the 5 key. Now, see here, sir. I did not come here to get my ass kicked by you. I came here to kick your ass. Man, what is your skin made of, dude? Say what you will, but it ends today. Sir, Onslaught was more of a challenge than you are. I'm not going to die just because you say so. Now, sir. Sit down. Really? Oh, no. Sir, we're not done. No, we're not done. Get your... Now I say we're done. Beast Slayer! Now I'll be taking these potions here. Oh, and there we go. Yeah, I think we're done here. I'm just gonna walk. Grab all these health potions. And I'm gonna hit the road and say I'm done. Hey.
You are going so much for Torchlight and for me. I cannot thank you enough, my friend.
Aww.
I have defeated Ordrock, but his darkness still infests the Ember here. Can he truly be dead while his spirit runs through the veins? This is not the end of the evils below Torchlight. I have grown stronger here, but the corruption of our age boils just beneath the surface. I must continue to hone my skills. I will remain a while in Torchlight and await the conflict yet to come.
The waypoint has been activated. And with that, my friends, this ends the Let's Play of Torchlight. Now I can do one or two things. I can either retire my character and make a new one, or just call it as is. Well, as far as I'm concerned, I think I've done enough. It has been a long time. It has been a long journey for you. If you wish, you may retire. Be forewarned, retirement is permanent. Upon retirement, you may pass down one of your items as an heirloom to your descendant, and it will be further enhanced. Your descendant will receive the benefit of your fame and then begin their own journey with increased skill. Come speak to me again when you wish to retire. So technically, yeah, the game forces you to retire, but you also but in doing so, when you let your character retire, your character cannot come back. Your descendant will indeed inherit the gifts that you already have. But as far as I know, this game's done. This game's done. There is nothing else I can actually do. I could possibly do the hatch missions, but the hatch missions. I'll probably do the hatch missions on my own time, but as far as I'm concerned, this is the final episode of Torchlight. So with that, I've been the Tenkai Ichi of Gaming. And this has been Torchlight. So I will see you next time for whatever it is I plan to play. Aside from what I'm working on now. So until the next time we meet, take care, God bless, and I'll see you next game. So with that, Tenkai Muso.